second generation Tesla Model 3 is available in North America. So you can actually go to tesla.com now and spec your vehicle. So that's what this video is going to be about. It's going to be about the new Model 3. I'm going to go over to Tesla's website, going to show all the configurations, the pricing, the range, and going to go into all the details. So just keep in mind that this video obviously is related to North America. I know that the car is available in China as of 2023 and some other parts of Europe as well. So this is mostly pertaining to North America, but still very useful, insightful information. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Make sure you like and subscribe, and please leave your comments. If you're going to get the vehicle, let me know which model you're going to get. Also, what what color, the interior, the exterior, what options. All right, so let's get to it. Here we go. All right. So this is Tesla's website, right? So now you see that they've now updated the landing page, and it says the Model 3, and it shows the brand new Model 3, right? So if you click on Learn More, you're going to see that they have all new media, all new videos and information on the site. So we look here, and it's all built for distance. So I'm going to get into the distance because I did make a short on my channel recently talking about how a few of the models of Teslas, they actually reduced it based on estimated EPA. So for example, the Model 3 rear-wheel drive went from 272 to 260 miles. So it's interesting to see that the estimated, based on the EPA standards, range is 341 miles. So that's very interesting. That's the all-wheel drive. So we're going to get into that and talk about specifically which that model that pertains to. And you'll see all the media that is available on Tesla's website. But that's not really what I want to do. First thing I want to do actually is explore inventory, because one thing to keep in mind also, if you really don't care about the differences in the Tesla Model 3, the second generation, first generation, it's interesting to see that maybe there's going to be some good deals on the first gen Model 3. So if we go to inventory here on the Tesla's website, so I went to vehicles, I went to inventory. Now all I'm going to do is I'm going to click on Model 3 just to see if there are any good deals on the Model 3. They typically sell for $38,000, the new Model 3. So let's look at Model 3 here. So I'm curious to just see if Tesla's going to try to sell these at lower cost, because obviously they got to get rid of the existing inventory for the new upcoming. So this is interesting. The Model 3 Performance, this is the first gen, is $46,000. I believe that car was at some point close to $60,000 at its peak, and is recently about $52,000, $46,000 for Model 3 Performance that does 0 to 60 in 3.1 seconds and has range of over 300 miles is pretty good. Again, that's if you don't care. If you want the latest and greatest, you're probably going to hold out for the new Model 3 Performance. So there you have it. The cheapest Model 3 rear-wheel drive is $35,090. As you see here, it's typically $38,990, so almost $4,000 off. So again, Tesla's definitely going to be doing that. They're going to want to get rid of the first generation. So let's look at this order. So I'm going to go to order, and we're going to look at the new Model 3. And let's see. All right, so there you have it. There's a new picture. And then remember that the original, so this is the rear-wheel drive. This is the standard entry that starts at, so you also have another thing to consider is Tesla is very slick when they show you the prices. It always defaults to probable savings. So you're like, oh man, $35,000, that's wonderful. However, you actually have to click purchase price, right? Because if you don't hit purchase price, it's showing what's going to be the probable savings. It includes their estimation that you're going to save $3,000 of gas, right? So this is the right amount. So purchase price. So you'll see that the new Model 3 basically costs the same as the old Model 3 rear-wheel drive. Again, that car had a 260 miles of range. This has 272, so slightly more range. Again, the previous car also had 272. They recently decreased it to 260, saying the reason for the decrease was because of new technologies that wasted some, not wasted, but used up more of the energy in the battery. So it's interesting that now that same car is now 272 from 260, so it's up again. So what they must have done is somehow reworked and re-engineered all those things that were taking range and kind of added it back in. But nonetheless, let's take a look, right? So here we have the Model 3 standard range, $38,000, $990. The Model 3 long range, $45,990. Now you look at the range EPA estimate, of course, 341 miles. The first gen Model 3 long range was 330 miles. So this gets about 11 miles more. But another thing to consider is when they made that reduction in EPA last week, they decreased it from 330 miles to 310 miles. So this is getting you 31 additional miles compared to the last EPA estimate, which is probably like last week, right? So let's just go with the most standard. And again, there's your price difference, right? $7,000 for about 80 miles more range, right? Roughly. So we'll look at the colors. So we'll go back to rear-wheel drive, and then you can see the different images. And you'll see the car silhouette still remains the same. What they really have changed that you'll notice on the exterior is the headlights change here. They'll also redesign these wheels. And also you'll notice the taillights are slightly different as well. Like you have this kind of separation here, and the back says Tesla here. And there's the interior. So the interior has been a bit more upgraded, a bit more modern. They've done an LED strip all around the car for ambient lighting. The screen is slightly larger, I believe. You have the phone charger here. The cup holder is now tucked away. So they kind of cleaned it up a little bit, which looks nicer. And then if we go back to the exterior of the car just to get an idea of what we get here. All right, and now we're going to go cycle through the colors just to get an idea of what colors we're going to get, right? The stealth gray is standard. You don't pay anything extra. That is a standard color. It used to be in the past where it used to be white was a free color and gray you had to pay $1,000 for. Now it's the opposite. So I'm guessing you typically do see a lot of white Teslas. So to me personally, I like the white better than the gray. I think it makes the car stand out more. But I mean, Tesla was smart with that. They saw that there was, perhaps more demand for the white, so they're going to charge for the white. So stealth gray, free, white, $1,000. Deep blue metallic, another $1,000. Solid black, $1,500. And ultra red, $2,000. Another thing to note is the ultra red and also the stealth gray are somewhat new colors that Tesla recently introduced to replace their previous grays and red. I don't notice too much of a difference. I guess in person I'd have to compare side by side to see. But, I'm not sure what you guys think, if you see a huge difference in that. Now we come back to the wheel options. And you see that there is a standard 18-inch Photon wheels that's included, and with the estimated EP range of 272 miles, and you get like an updated 19-inch, which was the previous 19-inch as well, $1,500. That didn't really change. It's a 19-inch tire, but you'll definitely notice that the range decreases from 272 miles to 248 miles. So that's something to keep in mind as well. And then the interior colors are, still the same, either black, which is included, or you pay an extra $1,000 for the white. Again, I personally like the white. I think it stands out more. And having two kids and previously having a Model Y Performance, the seat's actually very easy to keep clean, and the white, stands out a lot because it's like very bright white. So I would definitely recommend that. But again, everybody's different. Tell me what you guys think and what your thoughts are on that. Now, something else I wanted to point out before we move on to the payment section is you notice for now there are only two options: the Model 3 rear-wheel drive, Model 3 long range dual all-wheel drive. So basically the one that's missing here is the Model 3 Performance. So a lot of information's online saying that Tesla wants to make the Model 3 Performance a bit more special. So I'm not sure if they're going to make it like a Model 3 Plaid or a Model 3 Performance, but a bit more interesting, a bit more different than the prior. Because before, the Model 3 Performance kind of looked the same. Obviously got the bigger rims, but the body and everything else kind of looked the same. So maybe they're going to do some changes with that. And also performance-wise, it's going to be, I'm pretty sure, a lot faster than the previous Performance. So it's probably why they haven't added it to the site yet. But definitely if they do, we'll keep you posted for sure. So we'll scroll down to the options here. I'm trying to keep the car as minimal as possible just to get an idea of what the price is going to be. Again, something to consider is that the Model 3 does not have the $7,500 tax credit that it used to have. Now it's only for the Model 3 Performance. So again, the first gen, you get $7,500 on that. Also on the Model Ys, you do get the $7,500. So you'll see that it doesn't matter if you pick the rear-wheel drive or the long range, your estimated delivery is between February and March 2024 of this year. And right now this video is being recorded January 10th. So it's still pretty good time, for you to get the car. And again, I did a long range. I compared them both. It's the same time. Usually Tesla gives preferential treatment to those that pay more. So when you order, let's say, performance, it comes quicker than the rear, or a long range comes before the rear-wheel drive. But in this case, they all seem to be around the same time frame. You go to continue payment, and then you're going to see here the cash price of the car. Again, $38,990. They're going to charge a destination fee. Your cash price is $46,30. So order the car now, and to lock in that delivery date that I mentioned, you do have to pay $250, which is non-refundable, but that does go towards your down payment. And if you see here, your down payment is typically $4,500. This is a lease. So if you lease the car, you're going to pay $329. Now, something to consider, I don't know if Tesla has changed this recently, but previously, when you lease a Model 3 and a Model Y, there is not an option to purchase the car. You have to give it back. So there's your cash option. If you purchase the vehicle cash, your vehicle price is $38,990 with destination of $1,390, order fee of $250. Your price is going to be $40,000, $630. If you want to lock in that reservation time frame that I mentioned, you do have to put in the $250 down, which is non-refundable, but does go towards your down payment. For the lease and the loan is the same. It's about $4,500. And if you look at the lease, you're going to pay about $329 according to this. Keep in mind also that these amounts do not include tax. So it's going to be $329 plus tax, probably going to be around $350, $360. You can customize your payment, right? You customize payment, you do 72 months, and you X out, and you'll see your payment would be $606 at 6.59. If you customize and you change it to 84 months, which is 7 years, which I would not recommend, but obviously as car prices go up, they're going to try to make them as more affordable as possible, and they do that by extending the loan. But when you extend the loan, keep in mind your interest is going to go up because the risk goes up, right? So now your payment is down $554. Okay, you're like, oh, okay, I'm saving a few hundred, I don't know, $50, $60 a month, but you're going to pay a lot more interest at 7.54 at 84 months. So if you want to order now, you click order, and then you customize your term, and that is pretty much it. So I'm excited to see this car. Actually, I've scheduled a test drive. Hopefully it's in the new one. If it is, I'll definitely share that video and share my thoughts on the car. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and appreciate your support. Take care.